There is only one Black in the Philippines digital platform you should be checking out, and that's mine, Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. Showing you the lifestyle of the Filipinos, also what it's like moving around the Philippines being Black. You know, it's one thing when you come to a country and you take advantage of, as they call it, the land of milk and honey, because there's sure a lot of milk and there's damn sure a lot of honeys. You know, but it's another thing when you can come to another country and make a difference. And I feel that's what I'm doing. I'm making a difference. So not only am I bringing you some of my past projects that I've done here in the Philippines that you're really going to enjoy, but I'm also going to bring you aboard of some of my new projects that I have in store for you. And so I need your help though, because my goal is to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my New Year's resolution. And I need supporters like you to help. Hit the like button, leave a comment, share with a friend, and don't keep me to yourself. I've always been an undercover lover. Not this time. Let the world know that you know me. Okay? So remember, Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see a vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I hope you're living good, because I'm living my best life. I love you like a love song, baby. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make me feel like a king. I also want to thank my videographer, Michael, and his lovely assistant, Gina, who helps me edit the videos. I can never not appreciate their contributions to me. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Oh, Janelle, that's so funny. You know, I remember when you and I, we used to be on the internet all the time, looking at all kinds of videos. I know times have changed. Yeah, I'll get back to the States this year. I'm planning on it. I can't help how beautiful you look. You look so healthy. That's a good thing. You remember we watched that video with the girls, we called Bad Girls, and they said, oh, she's a paddy wagon bitch. You remember how funny that was? Oh my God. Oh my God. And baby, how's baby, your cat? She okay? Great. Okay, I got to go, baby. I love you. Who do you love? Throw me a kiss, and I'll see you soon. Bye, baby. Oh, that Skype is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Well, greetings, everyone. This is Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. You know, I was talking with my daughter, and her and I, we used to always comment on social issues, what's going on. You know, and that's something that was happening with everything was happening, you know, in spite of what they're saying or about how angry people are or whatever. You know, for those families who get along and being able to conversate about what's happening in the country and the world and not get angry or upset about it. You know, me personally, I've always kind of been involved in the struggle. I guess ever since when Mayor Lindsay was running for mayor, and I remember I was a small whippersnapper, and I got a chance to shake his hand. And I don't know if that was the electricity that went through my body, but you know, ever since then, I've always been kind of wanting to help other people and be involved with helping other people. You know, my first party affiliation was Republican, believe it or not, you know, and there's a story behind that. But I was with a Spanish girl, and she got pregnant, and we wanted to get an abortion, and so I went to Herman Badillo, who was one of the running for senator or congressman or something like that, and I asked him if he could help me, and in spite of them being against abortion, he gave me $75 to get that abortion from my girlfriend. And at that time, he wanted me to go to Washington with him, his camp, to go to Washington with him, but at that time, you know, I was too much in love with this Puerto Rican senorita. So I turned down a trip to Spain with Ron Van Cleef to compete in tournaments because I was into that Spanish senorita. You know, as I got older, you know, when I finally got back from the East Coast, when I got out of prison, let's say if I got out of prison in 1999, you know, I started wanting to turn my life around. And I started getting involved in organizations. Well, let me tell you how I got involved with the NAACP, which is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, for those of you who just want to still use letters like KFC, not Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mickey D's, not McDonald's, and on and on and on and on. I was going to parole, and I took a taxi home, and a black girl was driving, and she told the dispatcher, one black man going to Bayshore. And I said to her, what are you doing? And he said, pay in advance. I said, what are you doing? You can't do that. She said, oh, it's just a joke between me and them. I said, I don't care. You can't identify my color or race in a taxi cab and then be told to be pay in advance. So I got really heated. So I went around and I'm not complaining, but voicing my experience to the NAACP, the various NAACPs on Long Island, one in Riverhead, one in Lucius Wares, who was the president in Riverhead, Yvonne Quirk, who was the president in Islip, and I also filed a civil rights complaint with the I can't remember the name of the organization, but you know, I asked someone what's going to happen. She said, well, probably nothing. But she said, but the important thing about you filing this claim is that if something does happen, your case will be in there and will be included and make a determination and whatever type of consequences come down, which made me fine. But I had gotten involved with NAACP. I got involved with the youth. And I was a youth advisor, and etc. I used to take them on trips, and my thing was to tell them, okay, find the oldest person on the bus and ask them what it was like, you know, during the civil rights struggle, and come back with the story. And it was a pretty good, project for them to do. But later on, I had gotten involved with Reverend Al Sharpton. I remember meeting him at the Isaac Hayes birthday bash at the Cabana, and I told him I got pictures of him with Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, the Godfather Soul, Mr. James Brown, and Frank McRae. He said, really? He says, I like to see that. Reverend Al Sharpton is a freak for pictures. I mean, if you ever gone to his house or been to his house, you know the shrine of all the photographs, and even if it's National Action Network, of everything he's done or things that he's been involved in with there. I even took the youth organization there to protest to get him out of Vieques, where he was protesting against the bombing there in Vieques for the military. And they ended up keeping him there, and he went on a hunger strike, so I took him there to protest. But during that time, because of my association with the Godfather Soul, he pulled me into his camp, and I became his personal photographer. Along with him and Tamika Mallory, you may hear a lot about her now because they're giving her some flack. Because, man, let me tell you, these people have no idea what the National Action Network does. It doesn't go nowhere unless it's asked. And even if a family is in crisis, he would make sure, find the work, make sure they eat, and all that stuff like that. And also represent them, or find a lawyer to represent them. So, you know, I was there with Amadou Diallo when Amadou Diallo was shot 41 times when they had this elite police unit that went around at night, you know, asking black people, you know. I don't think it was stop and frisk at that time. It was just being aggressive police. And Amadou Diallo was in his vestibule, which is like the hallway, and he was going in, and they said, "Stop! Show me your hands. You got any ID or something?" And he reached and he pulled out his wallet. When he pulled out his wallet, they shot him 41 times. You know, so I was there with that. I was there when. What's his name? Walima
was a black Haitian who was coming out of after hour club, and the cops accosted him. The story goes that they didn't like the fact that he had money and he was, flirting with white girls or whatever. They ended up taking him down to the police precinct and sodomizing him with a broom. So, I was there. I was with him when Sean Bell, who was a groom who was getting married the next day, and he was out with his friends, Trent Lott and Guzman, and they were in the club, and one of them said, come on, go get my gun. They had undercover cops in there at that time, and I guess someone overheard him about going to get a gun. So they walked out. They walked several blocks down to their car. Now, mind you, at any time, the plainclothes could have stopped them and said, wait, come, let's go to your car and see what you have. We heard you have going to get a gun. So when they got in the car, next, they would, the police drove in front of him like this, and he ducked down like this. Everybody ducked down, and the cop shot. I don't know how many shots they fired into the vehicle, but Sean Bell, the groom, who was getting married the next day, was killed. Trent Lott and Guzman also were shot too. So I've been involved with the struggle, or involved with civil rights, or involved with, some of the, unjust had taken place. But, is it okay if I send you to school right now? I mean, is it okay? Can I take you to school right now? Okay. I want to read something to you, because I'm gonna do like I was with Roland Martin. I worked with Roland Martin back in the day on a couple of projects with Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. But here, let's start here. Now you see, they keep saying that they're violating the civil rights. When actually, it's a little more than that. And I want this to start being the flavor of the month, I guess. It says, what is civil rights? We are entitled to civil rights by the virtue of being citizens of a certain country, nation, or state. Civil rights are placed to protect citizens from discrimination and to grant them certain freedoms get old, to grant them certain freedoms in the nation. For example, due process and free speech could be both described as civil rights. Civil rights, therefore, are difference between governing bodies, certain states, and the citizens. Other examples include the right to vote, freedom of religion, and the freedom of arbitrary arrest. In this way, civil rights lends to protect the citizens' freedom to do things. So that's what civil right is. Now, let me tell you what are human rights. Human rights are thought of as the most fundamental rights every person on earth can have. These rights are said to cover the basic necessities of human existence. Human rights are originally created post-World War II to prevent the horrors of the Nazi regime reoccurring. Some examples of human rights afforded to everyone, especially including the right to life. The right to life. Okay? Article 2 of the European Convention of the Civil Rights and the right to be protected from torture. These rights are absolute in nature, and for that reason cannot be varied by state. Wherever there are 16 so-called human rights in total, and some of these rights are known as qualified rights. Qualified rights can be varied in certain situations. So you see, you have civil rights They give you the right to vote, for a right to free speech, of those nature. But human rights gives you the right to exist. Okay? Now, I just want to share a couple more things with you. I found this on the internet. Renee Alter, in memory of I Can't Breathe. It says, I am angry, I am astonished, I am brokenhearted, I am hollowed out. I am sick and tired of police needlessly killing black and brown people. Some people still see black people as threats, to brutalize, to contain, to remain. They have stereotyped our grandfathers, our fathers, our husbands, our sons and nephews as monsters, subject to violence and death. They have killed our grandmothers, our mothers, our wives, our daughters, and nieces. Every time I watch a video of George Floyd's death, my heart weeps. Who in the right mind kneels on another man's neck and ignore desperate pleas of I can't breathe? Where is the humanity of these white police officers? Policing, such as policing, should not be a brutal force and a complete disdain for black lives. White supremacy has no place in the criminal justice system, in government, in the White House, in the United States. Black lives matter every second. Just wait 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna play a game with you. Because I get so upset. I get so angry to be so far away and tired. I am sick and tired of seeing police do what they do to my people, to me. Like Dante Wright, October 27, 2011, Brooklyn Center, Missouri. Shot. April 11, 2021. Now Dante Wright, you've heard about it. Was that a civil rights or human rights violation? If you say civil rights, you're wrong. It's a human rights violation. Martin David Smith, Kinston, Kentucky, pepper sprayed, sustained with a sweat hood, suffocated, Harlan County jail detention, suffocated with a hood. Patrick Lynn Warren, Texas, Killeen, Texas, shot by police, July 20th, 2021. Vincent Vinny, Cleveland, Ohio, shot police, Cleveland police officer. I'm tired of it. I mean, the names go on and on and on, and still, sometimes the boy shot in his own home, watching T-Saw while Amber Geiger just walked in and said, "Oh, I thought this is my place." How about now in North Carolina, where a man was shot in the back of the head, execution style, and they won't show the video to the family? How about over a detective? There's a story here about a detective. You know, I'm sorry, there's some emotion. I can't even read. A detective. They have not even named the detective who shot him. And the poor little girl who was in the apartment with the boyfriend, you know, and the cops came in with a warrant, you know, an illegal warrant, an illegal search warrant. I can't remember her name, you know, but she was shot and killed. How many times is this going to go on? How many times are we going to stand by and say this is civil rights violation when actually it's human rights violation? Let me give you what the United Nations say about human rights violations. You know, human rights like in Syria or somewhere in Africa when they commit genocide. Is genocide just a matter of killing mass amount of people? Or can genocide occur one at a time? Huh? Can it? Here. I get so angry, man. I get so angry. Aubrey, who was jogging, just jogging, and then gunned down by jogging. How about the brother sleeping at a Wendy's who fell asleep and get out of the car and run and get shot in the back twice? This is human rights violation. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. This is human rights violation. It's not civil rights violation. It's human rights violation. Headquarters in Geneva, with many regions office, the Office of the High Commission for Human Rights has led responsibly in the United System for the promotion and protection of human rights. The office support the human rights components of peacekeeping missions in several countries. In addition to its regional office, the Human Rights Center County, standalone offices of human rights. The High Commission of Human Rights regularly comments on situations in the world relating to human rights issue and has the authority to investigate. They have the authority to investigate and publish a report on them. I'm in the Philippines. They complain about President Duterte's war on drugs. They say it's a human rights violation. Let me tell you something. President Duterte has 85% approval rate for what he's done
for at least 3 minutes
on the war on drugs. Communities are a lot more safer. Families are a lot more. I read the paper, and every now and then it's a big bus that takes place in the Philippines, stopping Shabu from coming into this country. When was the last time you heard about a big bus in the U.S.? Hey, how's your war on drugs going? Or just stop an Eric Gardner selling cigarettes, single cigarettes on the corner. Is that where your war on drugs stop? You know, there's no marijuana is legal in most places. So you no longer have a cop stopping somebody and say, I smell marijuana, get out and let me shoot you in the back. Oh man. I read in the papers in the Philippines where the Philippines are hiring 1,400 new police crews. No big deal. But they're firing over 1,400 corrupt police officers. They know who they are. They know what policemen are bad. They're getting rid of them. You know, and it's not something that's that hard. But no, you bring in new recruits to mingle with the bad fruit, and the new fruit becomes bad fruit, and the whole cycle repeats itself. You have to cleanse the department of bad cops. But because the union, Police Benevolent Association, and all of them, it's hard to. Let me tell you something. Something's got to change. This is Gerard. Wait right there, Michael. well, I guess I won't be talking to my daughter soon on Skype. I'm not going to end on a bad note. I heard a song by Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars. I don't listen to the new music, but this song is hot. Only other song I heard was Versace on the Floor, but this is nice. The best use of la 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 since Stevie Wonder. Okay, this is Gerard, Black in the Philippines, with the truth. The truth is, something's got to change. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly and always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see the vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. God, I hope you are living good and safe. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman, like Ali Woodson, formerly singer of the Temptations, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make her feel like a king. And by all means, make the UN get involved with the human rights violations going on in the United States today. I'll talk to you later. Let her play, Mike. I'll talk to you later.